Hey guys, Unlike here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the best of 2017 results. Now, there's a couple of things that we're going to be talking about. One of the cool things that I want to point out in this video is that when voting for the best of 2017 results, they would give you a top 30 list, and it was live. And that was one of the main gimmicks of this year. But because of the way that this website, I guess, is programmed, you could actually find out who was in all the other slots past 30. This was shown to be by a friend named Monster. You guys probably have heard of him already. But basically what you can do is if you right click on a number and you press inspect element, you could actually see all of the stuff on the side for everybody past 30. We're going to be getting into that, but before we get into that, I wanted to talk about I guess some stuff about the best of. So one of the things that a lot of people have been thinking about, I guess, is how does the voting work? And obviously it's not really outlined anywhere, but after watching this for a little bit of time yesterday and the day before yesterday, I have kind of come to a conclusion that I guess if you guys are interested of listening to, you guys can, debate this or whatnot. But not a lot of people were too happy that Pegboard Nerds was at the top, not because they're Pegboard Nerds, but because Heaven Let Us Down was a track. And now, I do have a belief that Heaven Let Us Down was not voted 3,259 times. And the reason for that is not because I think it's bad or anything like that, but because I believe the way they compile the votes is not really by track. And what that means is basically, I think what they did was if you voted for a track, no matter what track, but if it was like, let's just say the Pegboard Nerds, let's just say I voted for Move That Body, they would have added a vote to the Pegboard Nerds vote counter. And so what I believe happened was they put the artist with the highest amount of votes at the top, or as high as they could, and then of that artist, they listed the highest voted track. And so I did do a bit of research because I wanted to see Pegboard Nerds releases a lot of music, and they would include remix EPs and regular EPs. And this year, if they include the tracks from 030 and all the EP releases and stuff, the Pegboard Nerds released 19 releases. So if you do just a little bit of math, 3,259 votes divided by 19 releases means that if all the releases were voted upon equally, each release would have gotten about 171 votes, 171 and a half. Doing some rounding, that means that Heaven Let Us Down could have won with at least 173 votes, which obviously, as you can see, for somebody else, such as there were some people who only released like one track that are up here, I think. Darren Styles. He only released, he released 2 tracks. But regardless, he released 2 tracks, which means that Us Against the World could have won by at least 700 votes. So Darren Styles could have had, I guess, the most votes for one track. But Pegboard Nerds won because they are the most voted artist. So I thought that was something that's kind of interesting. I guess to some people that could be a bit controversial. But anyways, you guys probably came to find out who was past 30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from number 1. I'm just going to list them off because I typed them all up in After Effects before recording this. And then once we get to the bottom, I'll open up the inspect element and you guys can see how I found this, how you can find it yourself if you guys are interested. So starting us off, we got Pegboard Nerds at number 1 with 3,259 votes, Grant at number 2, Tokyo Machine at number 3, MYRNE at 4, KUURO at 5, Stonebank at 6, Unlike Pluto at 7, Arrow Chord at 8. By the way, can I just say I think Arrow Chord Resistance should have been best track, just saying. Just putting that out there. Also, Ripped to Pieces, I'm kind of surprised that was the track, but regardless, Dirtyphonics at 9, Conro at 10, Muzzy at 11, Slips Slurs at 12, Tristam at 13, DROELOE at 14, Darren Styles at 15, Puppet at 16, Kayzo this time at 17. I am so disappointed. I mean, some people were watching this like way into the night because at Eastern time it ended at 3 a.m. And apparently this time won by 1 vote, which really cheeses me because I like this time, but holy should have won, definitely. Bad Computer at 18, Infected Mushroom at 19, Gammer at 20, Feint at 21, Ephixa at 22, Notaker at 23, WRLD at 24, Anevo at 25, Rogue at 26, Bishu at 27, Dirty Audio at 28, Duumu at 29, and Dion Timmer just making it in at over 1,000 votes at number 30. Alright, so we're going to inspect elements, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff pops out the side. Alright, so I might zoom in, but as you can see, these numbers over here are basically the little tabs that they have. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever. You guys can see that it highlights. Once we go past that, you guys can see that there's a bunch of numbers past 30. Which is where if you open up the little drop-down menus, right over here between H3 and H3, lol, you see the next person. So at 31, we have Mr FijiWiji with 991 votes. Barely made it in. I know he was like always at number 31. He was just stuck there. Everyone would pass him. Some people would drop below him, but Fij stuck at 31. And I think had he made it in, he would have made it in with Andromeda. Though I think the better track from Fij was the one with Direct and Matt Van and Holly Drummond. So I'm going to pull up a list. I actually was at work this morning and typed out all of the things because I didn't want to drop down all the menus. Alrighty. So I'm going to drop them down anyways. Number 32, we had Gareth Emery. Number 33, we have INTERCOM. Number 34, we had Delta Heavy. Number 35, we have Grabbits. Number 36, we had Slander. Number 37, we had comin. 38, Nanobi. 39 and 40, these two. They were actually tied for 808 votes with Riot and Summer Was Fun. 41 was Sullivan King, 42 was Nitrofun, 43 was Modestep, number 44 was Slushy, 45 had Soup Andreas, 46 had Vicetone, 47 had Rootkit, 48 had Reach, 49 had Glacier, and 50 had Ramses B. 51 had Flight, 52 had Seven Lions, 53 had Noise Storm, 54 had Pilot, 55 had Orbiter, 56 had J Cosmic, 57 had Direct, 58 had Fox Stevenson, 59 had Base Nectar, 60 had Droptech, 61 had Laura Brem. At 62 and 63, we have another tie at 496 votes with Cruella and Lucas. Cruella and Topi, my bad. If they were both tied, that'd be pretty coincidental with Alarm. Anyways, 64, we had Kill the Noise. 65, we had Subtact. 66, we had Lucas with 420 votes. That is very important to point out. 67, we had Savoy. 68, we had Trivecta. 69, we had Tut Tut Child. What a band. 70 we had Hush, 71 we had Zero Hero, 72 we had OK, 73 we had Robotaki, 74 we had Protostar, 75 we had Jenton John, 76 had Zach Waters, 77 had Ricci with Boom, 78 we had Crystal Sky, 79 we had Quiet Disorder, 80 we had Holly. I have to scroll down this list one second. 80 we had Holly, 81 we had Aruna, 82 we had Murda, 83 we had Exit Strategy, 84 we had Pierce Fulton, 85 we had Eminence, 86 we had Wolfgang Gartner, 87 we had Mindsight. At this point, the people below 87 had less votes than their actual rank. 88 we had Declan James, 88? Yeah, 88. 89 we had Dougal, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce many of these. I feel like a lot of people are going to criticize me for how I said some of these names. Number 90, the bottom four artists. We had Popesca or Popska. 92 we had Spiker. 93 we had Max Styler. And 94, the final artist, drumroll please, was DeZero with 22 votes. So, I guess a bit contrary to some people speculating, nope, no artist got 0 votes, but some artists did get less than 100, less than 1,000, less than whatever. No artist got less than 10. That would have hurt. And then you guys can see here there's a 95th to 97th rank, but opening these up, there's no name. So, yeah. I kind of wish Monstercat accepted another 6 artists just so then there could be a flat 100, but there's that. I guess a couple of things that I was surprised about this list was that some of like the renowned artists that a lot of people would consider very popular, like Kill the Noise, has I think 1 million followers on their SoundCloud, or 3 million followers on their SoundCloud, got so low. And even they collaborated with Seven Lions and they didn't do so well. So Cold Hearted didn't make it. I find it pretty cool that Duumu made it onto the best of list. Yeah. I don't really know what else to comment. I've already made most of my comments throughout the list. But yeah. Well, there's that. And I guess that's all I have for you guys today. Yeah, if you guys want to see my list, I guess, lol. Here's my list. I typed out the entire thing. And yeah, last little thing, I counted all the votes and I added them together, and there were 82,264 votes cast. And because you could cast 10 votes per every account, I guess, that means that approximately there were 8,226 voters. Point 4 is a bit weird, but I do believe the reason it's a decimal is because they didn't want you to vote for the same song twice. So maybe they cut out duplicate votes, would be a possibility. But yeah, do you guys have any comments, I guess? What were your guys' favorite artists? Do you guys think some of these artists deserve to be down here, or some artists don't deserve to be up here, or don't deserve to be down here? I don't know. Curious about what you guys have to say. But that's all that we have for today. I'm the only Pixel 19, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.